Complicated, so with like everything, so solo, so affiliation, distinction, all of that jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2d8. Then for meditation, specialization would be like what? Intuition? Diligence?
Yeah, intuition or understanding.
Can I go with understanding?
Yeah.
And I think that's it really.
Yeah.
Plus
And your modifiers are plus 20 or
I bought it to plus 30.
plus 30? Alright.
Yes.
I mean,
did
meditation isn't exactly a foreign concept in the background that Reiko grew up in. So it doesn't necessarily mean that modifiers you buy are like you like learn it on the spot. It can just be like modifiers you feel like it would suit your character and he would have done it before, just it just wasn't seen before. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
maybe
you're gonna keep that roll? Or are you gonna spend your PP?
I mean, I have 4 left, so... I mean, what the hell, maybe it will help her achieve some
it depends
emotion.
on how... it depends on how important it is to Reiko.
Yeah, basically she's like thinking to herself, replaying this entire scene with this phoenix, wondering about the chains, all of that stuff. I don't know how much do you want me to go into details, but I don't want to take too much time.
Alright.
What the hell, I might as well spend all the PP for now. I have bentos if needed.
Alright.
So I think I have 4 left, so I
just
reroll...
don't do a Rio.
Wait, I reroll everything or only the 100?
Everything. Yeah,
okay.
Everything.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
It's a Rio! Anyway. When you're meditating... When you're meditating in the school, you feel like you're not alone in your meditation, like an active force is helping you to calm down. You feel like the school is giving you a hug. Yeah, I said it was a Rio roll. I said don't do a Rio roll.
Wasn't here.
Oh, it's yeah.
I got back and I heard Rio roll and I'm like...
Yeah. Yeah, as long as it doesn't feel like Shin or Phoenix, because then she would get really upset and pissed.
It doesn't feel like Shin or Phoenix.
Yeah,
it feels like the school.
If it's school, then yeah, there's like, Sniff like trying to hold back, because it's nice gesture, I imagine. So
yeah, it's from behind.
It still does this like emotional reaction, considering that the bundle of emotions she is. And yeah, she basically comes to an idea that she probably did wrong in that dream, but she doesn't even have a way of explaining herself, so she fucked up. And she is getting to the idea that in the end, she'd rather stay with the chains that she knows she has and work towards getting them off instead of just going with a new set of chains. I mean, if you want me to elaborate, but yeah, I have some she gets to some reasons why she won't take Shin's deal.
And the reasons being that she doesn't want to betray her family?
Not really. It's more like... okay, one, she is... Because the Phoenix said that... the Phoenix said that it will I think it was kind of hinted in character that it will change her. She won't be the same person.
Not just hinted.
Yeah.
Straight up said.
Yeah, I know out of character it was directly said, but wasn't sure about. Anyways. And then she kinda, when she's meditating, she gets the flashback of her meetings with him when he said that you are really something, and she doesn't want to lose this uniqueness of her that Gidyu likes. That's one. So, as I said, ultimately if she knows about these chains, she believes, or rather she will start believing, trying to work this optimism up, that she'll be able to take them off, or at least be not as constricted by these chains, instead of just going to the new overlord and getting new set of chains that might be slightly better, but not really. It might be foolish to think of that, but when Reiko is faced with prospect, choose this or that, she's gonna go that
there's one thing I should say to add to your consideration. The fact that this happened to you doesn't mean there's no connection between you and Shin whatsoever. If you think about it, if there was like nothing there to begin with, you wouldn't have had the dream.
Yeah, but then I also remember what Gidyu, I think, he said that if I wanted, then he could cut the connection with my patron, meaning Shin, because it's not that...
Shin's not your patron. Shin has a connection to you, but he isn't the one who gave you your persona.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I mean, at this point, Reiko is kinda pissed at him, because she doesn't appreciate trying to... what she perceives, which probably isn't true, but hey, I'm playing a teenager with emotional trauma right now, so she doesn't have to be reasonable.
Oh yeah, your character doesn't always have to be right.
Which she perceives as an attempt to gain a new minion through like emotional manipulation, and she's not cool with that. And that's why one of the future scenes, as I pointed in notes, will be like, don't ever try to manipulate me like that again, or else. But we'll get to that anyways. So yeah, that's that, and the game plan for Reiko like now is, okay, I might have obligations, I might want to stick with my... it's less sticking with my father and more actually feeling bad and don't want to betray Ebisu. But it's also on the same like, okay, but I'm not doing that to what's the word? I'm not doing that to appease my father. He might not like it, but she's gonna decide, okay, I will face it, but I'm gonna find a solution. So like she's already thinking that, screw it, if Gidyu will be still on board, she's definitely gonna try to bond with him, with that retainership thing. She would want to visit her mother, and she will not give a single fuck if her father is cool about it or not.
Alright, Reiko can think that. That's fine. Alright.
Yep.
That will be interesting. Alright, so I guess Reiko will spend her time meditating, so if Kaharu's gonna have a background scene, where does he spend lunchtime? Like, what room?
Oh. What's a good room? The art room seems too on the nose. Honestly, just, she might just go to the cafeteria. I mean, that's where you eat food, man. Maybe she'd go to the library and, like, read something. I mean,
You can't bring food to the library, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, just fucking eat in the cafeteria like a normal person then.
Alright. So,
That's boring.
let me roll something. TSN. Let's really start opening that in WordPad. Psst. Alright. Right. So, when you get to the cafeteria, I don't know how familiar Kaharu is with, how the cafeteria works, and that is the platform for rumor-loving student.
Oh, okay.
But basically, it's about The rumor is about how there's a new vending machine. There's an empty vending machine on the Rainbow Strip, and there is a rumor that if you do especially well in your classes, your items may be featured in the vending machine, because it's that time of year where they're changing the products in the vending machine Rainbow Strip.
All right. Thanks, crazy man.
And that anything can be made product there. He's even heard that people's secrets can be bought there.
All right.
So it's a frightful, tantalizing place. It will overload the senses.
Kara will put in her earbuds and listen to some nice
Out
music
with
while
the
she
old
eats.
and in with the new.
Kara will put some earbuds in while she eats and listen to some new. Fuck, I don't know what band she'd listen to. Think of some music.
Come on, she's got recordings of Daichi.
Oh my god!
No. All right.
You can tell
Yeah.
who's been in a relationship and who hasn't before.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. That's all.
Anyway.
So
15-year-old girl.
Yep. Anyway, what did he say?
16. Anyway, so that's
Yep, that's that. Thank you.
the cafeteria is buzzing with talk.
Very noted. Thank you. I'm more interested in it than Koharu is. Don't worry, Jess.
So, what was Raph gonna do?
He's gonna try and talk to Katsumi, remember?
All right. So I'll leave the Shin talk till last. So let's do the Katsumi Raph thing. I don't know. I didn't know how the Suzuka Ryo thing would do, so I couldn't judge it. So let's do that. So
It's an outfielder.
yeah, no, I can't predict that shit. So
I don't know. I should be happy or not that you can predict this conversation.
So the cafeteria is way too noisy. So you like to eat outside.
All right.
The building. On the bench. In the
Okay.
cold. All right. So, and she will have on her scarf, her scarf, and she will have a hat on. And
Okay.
gloves. And she'll be eating something hot out of a Tupperware bowl.
All right. Either Raph brought something for lunch or he picked up something quick at the cafe.
I mean, if he didn't make it, he bought it.
All right.
So he would have used his lunch pass then to buy something.
Yep. Then probably he basically just said, "I'll meet you by the outside tree or whatever."
By the tree. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Or
So-
by the bench or whatever. Basically, the point is, I doubt she would basically walk with him into the cafeteria while he went to get food.
Yeah. So you invited her, so
Yep.
she will wait for you to begin the conversation.
This is sorry if I'm a little bit hesitant. I thought I'd talk to you just when we first sort of met. You accused me of basically trying to be part of the masses. Do you remember that?
That is a very strong way to start a conversation. Accuse part of the masses.
Sorry. What I meant was I was basically like a lot of the other people around here and basically just saw you as I'm probably screwing this up. I want to say that basically, since I've gotten to know you, I've really, I've really enjoyed the friendship that we formed, and I really think that it is something that will always be with me, and hopefully, basically, continue to grow.
Yes,
You-
I enjoy our friendship as well. It's interesting getting to know another perspective in life.
Thank you. It's just that I had kind of basically said that there was an alternative motive to basically us becoming friends, and as I got to know you, it seemed more and more that I really do think that you're a deep friend to me, and I really do enjoy basically the trust that we've placed into each other, and just that basically go.
Kasumi will roll an understanding as you give her this word spaghetti. All right. She's just sitting there and she's like, I wonder what I should think about this. This has a lot of unnecessary tension. So,
Perfect.
Katsumi going, I mean, just cutting him off, like, please stop.
Yeah.
Get to your point.
Come on.
All right.
Oh.
So,
Katsumi, you didn't spend on this? Come on, it's Wrath. You know you're gonna have to. Someone spend a PP to throw down. Oh, right. Never mind.
there you go. So,
Fair enough.
Remember, the entire intention of this is to basically cause a catastrophe when none needs to be. So
Okay.
So Katsumi, she'll just kind of think for a bit, and she'll think: has anything happened to you that would jeopardize us meeting to one another? If it's something of dire importance, I can understand the need for you to distance yourself. You don't need to feel like you're doing me an injustice.
no, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm probably screwing this up. It's just that over winter break, well, me and Himiko sort of have been sort of,
Yes, I heard from Hattori-san herself. It's good
Oh,
to
really?
see that you've made such a connection with her.
yeah. If you don't mind me asking, could you tell me exactly what she told you?
She'll just kind of give you the what the fuck look. She'll be like, I don't remember the specifics of the conversation. We talked about many points. She generally told me about how her own dealings with Minamoto-san are going along, as well as her own ambitions and what her current term goals are in terms of her relationship to our family.
I guess, well, me and Himiko have started dating, is kind of what I'm trying to get at here.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that fact, and I'm pleased for you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't want it to change or basically harm our friendship, because I really do appreciate it. I really do think that we've formed sort of a very deep bond between us, and I don't want it to be jeopardized by it. I guess that's all I'm trying to say.
Friendships with other males without it being romantic.
I didn't sort of gesture and go, sorry, I didn't mean to imply that you could. I guess, thank you. It didn't feel right that I didn't bring it up, because it felt like maybe I'd be doing something behind people's back, and that's just not me.
Doing something behind people's back. I don't understand what you're getting at. I am honestly quite pleased for you. It's wonderful to see that love can blossom in all kinds of situations. I don't think that would affect our friendship, though. I've had many friends who have gotten into relationships with other people.
All right, great. I guess it was just me worrying about nothing then. So, how was your winter? I didn't really get to talk to you that much during at the carnival that Toki ran.
Oh, right. Well, there was a mixture of work and pleasure. Mostly work. The this kind of year is always busy at the temple. People feel a particular need to reconnect with the kami. The party gathering that Kogo-san had was quite interesting. It certainly had its moments.
Yeah, it did. Oh, apparently, the thing was basically you on New Year's Day you go to the tree in your temple, and basically you were supposed to write a wish, and then you get sort of for the new year. I don't think I did too good on that.
It's not a test.
I don't know. It felt like basically I kind of biffed it.
Do you know what luck means? It's not something that you can fail unless you have an extraordinary destiny that predisposes you to failure. It is something that's the whim of the kami.
All right, cool. It was the first time I did it. I just was, worried that I might have screwed something up. That's all.
Impossible.
Cool. All right.
Though I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. When it comes to the workings of the world, you're always trying to imagine what if it's different. That's how I've come to know you.
That is, yeah. I do have that problem sometimes, don't I?
But it's very much a mark of your character. It's something that makes you stand out. It applies to your unique aura. I did mention before that it is quite noticeable.
Yeah, I've actually learned some new stuff. That's kind of the reason why I'm carrying this guitar around.
I didn't know that you were planning to switch subjects, or even if you had musical talent to begin with.
I don't know if I have musical talent, but with the training I've done with my father, it kind of is. It's highly suggested that I basically start learning it. So I figured I can't take any classes here because I'm just woefully out of. I don't even have any practice. So I'm just going to join try and find a music club that I can join, and just sort of help.
Well, recreational clubs will certainly help, but if your father recommended it, it's most likely a focus rather than you literally learning how to play the instrument.
It kind of is. It's to help me do some of the things that I can do, but it seems that I don't necessarily have to learn how to use it, but without it, I can't do what I do, and I should have a reason for carrying it. And also, I don't know, it seems like something I would like doing, because let's be honest, I'm not exactly the greatest wordsmith out here, and it just seems that it might be easy to sort of, if I can write my thoughts out before I say them, I might get myself into less trouble.
Wouldn't that be to do with a lyricist then, rather than a musician?
Well, a lot of modern musicians write their own music and stuff.
I thought it was the contrary, that most musicians, they're usually contracted to a company, and they have specifically songwriters who read in the mood of society and then coming up with a formula that is sure to create a top hit.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Songwriting and playing an instrument, I believe, are vastly different specializations. There are people who can do both, but you can be a very credited songwriter without knowing how to play an instrument.
Oh.
or even how to sing.
Huh. I also thought they all work with their own stuff.
Right. So, do you want to be a songwriter, or do you want to play music?
Um, I've been accused of this way too many times to basically stop now, but I wouldn't mind being both.
And she'll just kind of close her eyes and smile, and she'll be like, "Well, I wish you a lot of luck then. I've heard it takes people's years to master their craft when it comes to the arts."
Well, let's hope I have that time.
You planning on going away anytime soon?
Sorry, morbid joke. Just life around here is as it is. We're in the Chinese curse element of we live in interesting times.
Chinese curse.
It's an old Chinese curse that basically made you live in interesting times. The idea basically being that interesting times don't necessarily basically lead for longevity. So it's an old saying. At least it was. It probably isn't an old Chinese curse. Probably was made like basically like fortune cookies in America, but Americans say that a lot. So.
Right. Well, you do know that there's also another saying that if you have trouble, you'll find it. So if you don't do that, I'm sure you'll live a very long and, well, meaningful life.
I've never not looked for trouble, and I've basically made way too many. I've followed my heart too many times with things, so a lot of my geese sort of have put me on that road, even if I wanted to try and get off of it.
Yes, that does. And she'll just kind of, she'll just kind of look at his neck and be like, "Yes, that would explain why the aura's gotten more intense. What you do with your own abilities is none of my business, as long as you know what you're getting into."
I don't regret any of those geeses that I've made. Well, I mean, there's one minor one, but it can be adjusted. But apart from that, I mean, to be honest, a couple of them, I feel that basically it helps motivate me. I feel better because I have them, because it proves to other people that I'm willing to basically take that step. To be honest, which basically is probably going to get me in trouble one day.
That's one way to maintain a reputation. I imagine that if I had the same ability, you wouldn't be able to see an inch of my skin.
Let's hope I don't get that far into it.
No, it would be very hard to explain that.
Yeah.
And she will go back to eating her food.
Okay. If you want, I could just it just goes into a normal conversation. Mainly, he's just going to talk about he's going to start talking about his trip that he had with his mother and just family stuff like that. If you want, we can continue on that.
That's fine. You can fade off into general updates.
Yeah. Raphael does better basically when it's off screen, so I don't screw it up.
I know you accused me of being like the masses. By the way, how's the food?
Hey, I enjoyed doing that. As I said, it is hard sometimes to basically be Raph, because it's like, what the fuck am I doing here? Nowhere else in any other game would I be doing this. But this is fun, so sorry.
Courage of D10, expression of D6.
Yes.
Woo! So Raph doesn't have to stop being friends with Katsumi yet. That's what we've learned. Katsumi knows boundaries very well. She's very intimately aware of boundaries. So, Ryo and Suzuka. Suzuka will be coming out of her class.
Yay. 1 second. That was not what the second was for.
Did you get your stuff out of your car?
Oh yeah, I did that a while ago, dude.
Cool.
It's fine. Yes. So. Yeah. Ryo would go. He wants to talk with Shizuka. So he's gonna go find her. Which is easy because he knows where she is.
Yeah, coming out of Japanese class.
Yeah. Go there.
Alright. So, I'm gonna roll Suzuki listen. Just to see if, like, there's a lot of people outside. It's not be like, oh, Ogata's waiting specifically for me. So, I believe it's a D12. Yeah. That's Katsumi, not Shizuka. Alright, so she'll step outside and she'll be like, she'll look towards you. And she'll kind of blink. And she'll be like, Rio Gata. Yeah?
Why did you use both my names? Ryo just stops, like he was approaching her. When she does that, he just stops and is like, what?
It's Ogata. That's what I said.
Right. Huh. Right then. I was wondering if you had some time to talk to me, Fujikage-san.
Yeah, sure. I was just gonna go to the cafeteria.
Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Well, lunch is the perfect time to engage in some light banter, right? Ha ha ha.
Yeah. That's what people do.
Yes. Shall we?
Yes. I suppose we'll go.
Yes. So, I can't the Ryo will be like, so, have you adjusted back into the pace of the academy?
Oh, well, yeah, I had Mr. Landon. He's not a softie like Sugihara. Oh, we got homework already.
Homework already. All we have at the moment is classes. It seems like we do that a lot, actually. I suppose that's fitting, Sugihara-sensei.
Yeah, from what I've heard, he likes to step outside of the box when it comes to teaching.
Yes, well... Yes, that's true, but... It's not ineffective.
Right, otherwise he wouldn't be a teacher here.
Sometimes I wonder if some of the teachers here... and he'll just kind of think for a moment and then go... And I don't mind saying that earlier on I considered Sugihara in this class. If some of the teachers here are teachers here because they're experts or because they know about all this stuff. You can't imagine there's too many teachers out there that are clued into this mythopoetic stuff.
I suppose. I mean, if you're just like a normal teacher, but you're really good at what you do, I suppose the environment here would be really tiring. Wouldn't gently work.
It'll be like the environment here? It would be tiring? Well,
Yeah.
I guess the teachers would be putting in more work as well. And he stops and goes, Oh, geez. Sugihara would have had to have gone and talked to the other teachers before the term even started about arranging this first day cross-class thing. And he'll be like, how responsible of him. Ryo is looking impressed.
Suzuka's looking confused. She was talking about something else entirely.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be like, right, but... this place is tiring?
Yeah. It's like if you step inside a chamber that has a different air density.
Yeah, we'll just shrug. He doesn't specifically remember, but I specifically remember. The last time him and Shizuka talked about this, he said he didn't find anything strange about the school at all. He'll be like, I suppose. Maybe I don't get out enough to notice it.
I mean, you did say that you didn't know about this kind of stuff until you got here, right?
Yes.
That would probably explain a lot of it, actually.
Could you go into detail about that? How does that explain things? I would think if I didn't know about it ahead of time, any change would be more impactful.
As in not noticing, the difference because you were never told there was a difference,
I guess.
When it comes to this kind of thing, like just due to some side studies that I do, that when it comes to our powers, the more you believe in something, the more powerful it gets, right? So if you didn't have a basis to believe in this thing, then it wouldn't be as effective. If you're always led to believe that you're superior to other people, you're going to feel the difference more when you meet other people. But if you've always believed that people are equal to one another, when you find these differences, you're preconditioned to exist that people are equal to one another. So it doesn't feel as, dramatic.
Right.